When you look at the various nations in the world today, one thing always stands out: flags. This striking symbol contains within them the history of a people's value, pains, joy, circumstances, shared pride, and unity, and simply cannot be ignored. But have you ever wondered how it all began? Today, on History World Veil, we would be uncovering the origin of flags and how this important symbol have come to hold very dear place in the hearts of people. To begin with, flags originally were used mainly in warfare and a depiction of authority by ancient peoples such as the Chinese, Persians, the Indians, Egyptians, and Romans. Some of the earliest known mention of something similar to flag date back to the 11th century China, where it is said that the founder of the Zhou dynasty had a white flag carried before him, though it is likely that it started much earlier. At this time, various material and stands of different shapes were used. Egyptians, for instance, were known to have vexilloids or flag-like standards, generally consisting of figures of sacred animals on the end of a staff or spear. Another often used symbol was a figure resembling an expanded semicircular fan. Flags had equal importance in ancient India. Being carried on chariots and elephants and in war, the flag was the first object of attack, and its fall would mean confusion, if not total defeat. The Romans also started a much broader adoption of flag-like symbols to represent their army. These banners, also known as vexillum, were used to represent each army unit. Flags are often mentioned in the early history of Islam and may have been copied from India. But Islamic flags are greatly simplified and appear to have been plain black, white, or red. In Europe, flags were probably introduced by Saracens. During the Middle Ages and the Renaissance, flag-like symbols gained more momentum in Europe. Many of the leaders at that time adopted the flag of their patron saint to represent their country. In England, for example, the cross of St. George was adopted in the 13th century, and towards the end of this period, flags had become accepted symbols of countries, kings, organizations, cities, and guilds, and were subdivided according to their shape and purpose into groups such as standards and banners. There were also many flags of a personal, family, or local significance that were of different and usually more complex patterns. During the Crusades, flags also saw significant developments, as they are used by the belligerent to differentiate ranks and to show pride and authority. The age of exploration also put flag to more usage. From the 18th century onward, widespread use of flag outside of military or naval contexts increased with the revolution and the rise of ideas of the national state in places like France and America, where people were beginning to think of themselves as citizens as opposed to subjects under a king. This necessitated the need for flags as a representation of their collective and united citizenry, not subject to a king or ruling family. By the 19th century, nationalism also became common across Europe, and national flags came to represent most of the states of Europe. As nationalism and the struggle for independence during the 20th century in territories colonized and exploited by the European grew, and more nations became independent, the idea of the need for national symbols such as flags to depict their unity and shared struggles increased. In the same way, political, social, and economic changes led to a growing sense of nationhood in the 19th and 20th centuries among other people of the world, with their respective national emblems or flags. So rather than just a piece of fabric, Flag contain within them the history and pride of a people and are one of the most important national emblems of any nation in the world. When next you see your national flag, we hope you now get to smile and appreciate how far we have come as a people.